Hi guys, I wanted to share with you a challenge I've been having with finding picture books that are suitable for my little 2-year-old daughter because they all have pictures of dads in them. And I wanted to share with you a kind of creative solution I've come up with for that. So for those of you who don't know me, my name's TJ. I had my little girl who on this channel we call Baby Star just over 2 years ago, 2 years, 2 months ago. I had her by myself as a single mother by choice. And I had to use donor eggs and donor sperm, so she is a total miracle baby. And I'm actually currently pregnant with number 2 from the same egg donor, the same sperm donor, so it's a full sibling. And this baby's going to be born in just over 3 months. So I'm currently 24 weeks pregnant. And I'm really passionate about supporting other women who are on an unusual path to motherhood. And I've actually recorded a whole lot of audio seminars that are packed with information to help women who are considering becoming a single mother by choice, with just lots of tips and strategies for how to make that easier, and also lots of things that might reassure you, kind of addressing the biggest fears and worries that women have when they're starting down that path. So if you're considering going down the solo mum path, definitely check those out. I'll put a link in the description. And I've also created an online community, a private community, for women like me who are taking an unusual path, and we have women in there who are over 45, we have women in there using donor eggs, we have women in there doing it by themselves as solo moms, and these women are from all around the world, and we all really support each other. We do face-to-face calls to connect and support each other. It's a really beautiful space. So if you feel like you're on this kind of path and you're wanting some support, even if you're just thinking about it, you haven't started yet, definitely have a look, check out our community and join. I'm in there every day and I answer lots of questions there. So I am filming inside my house today because it's absolutely stinking hot outside and this is the only air-conditioned room. Hopefully the lighting's all right in here. But I wanted to talk about this challenge I'm having. And the specific challenge is that Baby Star, who's 26 months old, is about to become a big sister in a few months. So I wanted to buy her some books to help her learn about what it's like when a baby comes into the house, the role of a big sister, you know, just a cute, funny, sweet books to help it normalize this for her. And it's one of the best things you can do for a child when they're becoming a big sister or a big brother is to read them books about it and show them pictures of babies and really let them engage with that. And so I did a post in one of the really large single mother by choice Facebook groups with like thousands of women in it, asking for recommendations for books for someone becoming an older brother or an older sister in a solo mum family. And people made a lot of suggestions, but they all admitted, look, there really aren't any books that are for single moms. But this is a great book that my child liked, but there really aren't any. So I went and I ordered some of the ones that were really highly recommended because my daughter loves to read, and for her, reading is a fantastic way to educate her about stuff. And I also went on Amazon and looked at the books that were highly recommended for becoming a big sister, and I bought a few of those. Definitely money well spent because she really learns through books. Now, before I tell you what happened next, I just want to share that there actually are a lot of books for single mother by choice families. They're just not about becoming a big sister. So we have a huge collection of books here that have been fabulous about how she was made using donor sperms and donor eggs. We have lots of books about how babies are made in general. We have lots of books about life as a child in a solo mum house. We have books about different kinds of families, 2 mums, 2 dads, 1 mum, only 1 dad, you know, adopted children. We have lots of fantastic books, which have really been great for Baby Star. In fact, just today, it's such a coincidence, today at daycare, when I dropped her off to daycare, that's why I can film this video, because she's at daycare right now. She was a little bit sad and she asked me to get out her book from her bag. She has a special book that's always in her bag. It's her special book, and I've told the daycare educators about it. It's actually a book about how she was made. It's a book called The Pea That Was Me, and it's specifically about sperm donor and egg donor. And she said, I want sperm egg book. Sperm egg book is what she calls it. And so I got it out and I handed it to the educators and I said, she probably will need you to read this to her today because she just loves this book. It's her favorite book. So there are fantastic books, okay? I'm not knocking all books. There just aren't fantastic books when the child is becoming a big brother or a big sister, when a second baby is being born. If you are interested in books, general books for your child, if you're going to become a single mother by choice, like books like I've been reading to Baby Star about where she came from, how she was made, different kinds of families, I've actually put together a very comprehensive list of about 30 or 40 books, some of which I have, some of which I've seen recommended in lots of different Facebook groups I'm in. And I put that list together inside my community. So those of you watching this who are members of the My Baby Dream community, in the shared resources section, there's a fantastic post with all those books. And if you're not a member, you might want to consider joining the community, because there's so much support in there for your single mother by choice journey, including this list that I've done of all the books. Anyway, so those books are great, but there aren't any books for a child who's about to become a big sister or a big brother that are for single mother by choice families, or for two father families, or two mum families, or adopted children, like nothing. It's totally mainstream conservative books. Because remember, I was recommended books by the Single Mother by Choice Facebook group. So I've already got the best books out there, and they all mention dads, and they all are about mum, dad families, which is a beautiful thing, because most children, you know, in the world come from mum, dad families. So I'm glad there is a fantastic collection of books for those kids. I'm not denying that, but I just wish there were also a few books for children in different kinds of families. Foster care families, adoption families, single mother by choice families, gay families. You know, there are so many kinds of families out there, and I was shocked that I couldn't find books. So I had to solve this problem myself. I'm going to show you how I did it now. I have to just tell you, I am not handy, I am not crafty, I'm not good at art, I'm not good at anything, right? So when I get ideas like this, I go, I'm going to change this book. It's usually a bit of a disaster because I'm not good at this stuff. I mean, I have fantastic ideas, it's just carrying them out. I don't really have the technical skills. So just bear in mind, this is all very, you know, ad hoc, basic. We're not talking high art, but what I basically did was I changed the books. Now, pause, I just want to say I'm not a fan of desecrating books, okay? I love books, I'm a writer, I've been reading books my whole life. I would never ever change a book. But in this particular case, I own these books, about 6 of them. They're fantastic, they're exactly what my daughter needs, and it's going to be very confusing for her to read these books where there's a reference to mum and dad the whole way through. That bit's okay because I can just leave the word dad out, but the problem is there's pictures of the dad the whole way through the books. And I can't really edit around those when I read the story, because little kids don't listen to the words so much, they look at the pictures. So the pictures are the problem. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to have to do something about this. So I got out some crafty stuff. As I said, I'm not crafty, but I had a period about 10 years ago, maybe 11 years ago, where I got into art journaling for about 6 months or about a year. And I have all the stash of stuff from that time in this drawer in my house, which I never touch because I don't do it anymore. But I've been keeping it, thinking when my daughter's older, she'll probably use all these art things that I used to use. So what I used for this little process was a white paint pen. It's called a paint pen. You could probably use liquid paper if you have that to erase stuff. And then a little black, and then a little black kind of outliner for anything. And then I mainly use these things called gelatos that are absolutely fabulous, kind of creamy, vibrant watercolor paint things. They kind of look like this. You get a million of them in there, and I've had these for 11 years. I have not used them for 11 years, but now they got used. You know, when you open it, you can just, it's almost like a crayon, but then you can smear it with your finger. So I used them, and I also used a little bit of old paint that I had. And I changed these books, so I'm going to show you what I mean by that. I didn't always take photos of the before, so some of them I'll just show you the after. But if I did take a photo of the before, I'll stick it up on the screen so you can really see what I'm talking about when I say I changed these books. So there's a couple of books here by a woman called Rachel Fuller. They're absolutely fantastic, and that's why I wanted to try and fix them, because they're really good. So anyway, this is all fine. It's all mummy and daughter, mummy and baby, no problem, mummy and baby. And then on the second last page, there's a picture of a child with a carer standing at the front door, waving goodbye to the mum and the dad as they leave for the hospital. And I have changed the dad into a female friend. It's so funny. I don't know if you can see that, but this person here was a man. All right, so what I did was I basically used the white pen to erase all of he had a big coat and big pants, and I erased all of it with the white, and then I just coloured it in and outlined it in black to make it look like there was a much more curvy female. And then I got a black texter, a black pen, and I gave him long hair. And I even like did the hair a little bit into the face to make the face a little bit narrower and not as masculine. So basically turned that into a woman. Now it doesn't look professional. It's obviously some dodgy thing someone's done to the book. But for a 2-year-old, it's fine. I read this book to her last night. She didn't even notice. She did not even notice that that green and that green are two slightly different colours because they don't have the exact same colours. And that obviously someone has drawn all over this page. She didn't notice it. So that book is completely fine. There was only one picture I had to alter. It probably took me 10 minutes to do that. And this is now a perfect book for a solo mum family with a daughter becoming a big sister. This is by the same woman. Again, it was mostly pictures of the mum and the baby. I was so grateful to this book. I only had to change one page, I think, maybe 2 pages. Oh yeah, 2 pages. So this page, I think I took a before photo of. You can see there's the dad in the background. I thought there was the dad there. So I just like erased him and made it just a white pillow. And then I erased his arm down there, erased his arm. When I say erased, I painted it in white. And then I painted it in orange. And, it's good enough. The dad's gone. It's the mum and the baby and the older child. I'm very happy with it. You got to understand, I can't draw. I'm terrible at crafty stuff. So for me, this is good enough, right? And I think I did the same thing in the last page of this book. I think I took a before picture of this one. There was the dad and they're all in bed. So I just painted all of this out in white and then I got my green gelato pen thing and I coloured it in. Got rid of the arm. Done. Mum, baby, older sibling. Happy with that. That one was really easy again. Only 2 pictures had to change. This book, fantastic book by Carolyn Jane Church, I Am a Big Sister. By the way, all my books are about becoming a big sister. But if your child's becoming a big brother, you could do the same thing. You'll probably do it a lot better than I did because you're probably better at arts and crafts than I am. I'm terrible at it. This whole book is just mum and baby, mum and big sister. And on the very last page, there was a dad there, and I just erased him and made it yellow. No more dad. And of course, when I read it, instead of saying mummy and daddy, baby and me, I say mummy, baby and me. So the reading is easy. You just leave out the word dad. This one, I erased the dad again. Gone, covered in green. Now you can sort of see it a bit, but she doesn't notice. It's 2 years old. I changed one of the pictures that had the dad with black hair and I turned it into my sister because my sister's got black shoulder length hair. So I just kept the dad and I just gave him longer hair. That's literally all I did. And I gave him eyelashes and a bit of bigger eyes. It looks terrible, but it looks like my sister. Good enough. My sister has very black hair. And then later in this, there was the dad here. It was about the dad carrying the daughter. So I went over his hair with brown paint to turn it into the same hair as the mum. And then I added a skirt there instead of pants. And now it just looks like the mum. Right? I mean, I'm terrible at drawing, but I think it's good enough. Here's another one where I just erased the dad. Hope no one's taking offense that I've totally desecrated these books, but you know what? After I finish with these, I will hand these to another solo mum family who is expecting a second baby, and they will be able to read these books. Maybe not the one with the picture of my sister in it. Then I had the Daniel Tiger book. Daniel Tiger is a TV show for kids. My daughter loves it. It's fabulous. I didn't want to erase the characters from Daniel Tiger, and also it was almost too difficult in this book because it's very much more detailed drawings. So what I decided to do with this one is just change the word dad to uncle. So every time they say Daddy Tiger is taking mummy to the hospital, I would just say Uncle Tiger is taking mummy to the hospital. So I didn't change anything in this one other than the wording, and I read it to her last night. Totally fine. I mean, she hasn't seen the show that much that she would go, why is that the uncle? I thought it was the dad. Like, she's only watched it a few times, and it's a really good book. So I just changed Daddy to Uncle. Dad Tiger to Uncle Tiger, and that one worked really well. I didn't change the pictures. And this is the last one. This one's very funny because it's just bad. I did a bad job, but she read it last night and she loved it. So this guy here, I'll put the picture up. I think I got a before picture. See, it's the oldest sibling is on the dad's back. I couldn't figure out how to fix this one other than to turn him into the mum. So I gave him long brown hair and I think that was terrible, but she didn't even notice it. Did not notice it. She saw the mum and the child. Then I think in this one, I also turned the dad into my sister quite a lot of times where it made sense that it was my sister. Like, instead of saying, Daddy says babies cry to tell us something, let's see what's the matter, I said, Lara says. My sister's name is Lara. Lara says babies cry. And then what I did was with this guy, because he had black hair, the dad, I just made it shoulder length hair, gave him eyelashes, and then I used my little white pen to erase that a bit, give him a bit of a waist. So instead of this big baggy shirt, he looked like he has a waist. So throughout this book, I literally just turned the dude into my sister wherever I could. My sister saw it, I showed it to her, she's like, I don't look like that, I'm not as ugly as that. I was like, it's a picture of a man that I've turned into you. I've done my best. I did with that one. And with that one. So it's all like Mummy, Auntie Lala, and me, and the new baby. So I read that to her last night. She loved it. So I am very happy with that. If you want to criticize me for altering books, go ahead, but there are no books out there. None. None. None for solo mum families. So if anyone out there loves to make children's books, wants to do a collab with me, I love writing, but I can't draw. If you're an illustrator, happy to create a series of books for this. Or if someone out there is already making books, different kinds of books about how my baby was made. There's a gap in the market here. It's admittedly a very small market, so you're not going to make millions, but please somebody do it. Please somebody make some books for these children, and make some for gay families, and make some for adopted older children. Just make some, because this is something that is missing. It's really missing. So that's why I wanted to make a video about it, because I was kind of shocked that I couldn't find any. Now, if anyone out there knows of a good book about becoming a big sister that doesn't have a dad in it, that I don't have to mutilate to give to my child, please tell me about it in the comments and I will buy it. But if not, I'm going to read her these ones, then I'm going to hand them on to another solo mum who's having a second child, who has a girl, an older girl, who wants books for a toddler to help them adjust, and I'll be very pleased to hand these on. And if that's you, if you're watching this and you have an older girl and you're currently pregnant with a new baby, get in touch with me. I'll send these to you once I'm finished with them, because I want them to go to someone who's going to appreciate them and not laugh too much at my terrible drawings. But you know what? They're good enough for a 2-year-old, and that's what matters. Over here, I'm going to put another video that hopefully will help you if you're on the single mother by choice path. And I will see you soon in another video where hopefully I'm not desecrating books and I'm just talking about my journey. I will see you soon. Lots of love, everybody. Bye.